How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown. But I know that Jake can't fight.
Can't fight.
He can't fight.
The rigged fights rumor. He's the one that started the steroids rumor. So
yeah, he did have all of us thinking that you was rigging those fights. So I ain't gonna lie, he right about that.
But how did you honestly believe that? You honestly believe that?
I wanted to believe it when you fought Woodley.
But me, I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. Jake Paul is fugazi. He's fake.
That's how you feel.
Truly feel. I'll bust him up and his trainer in the same night. 2 for 1.
Gervonta Davis didn't hold back when reacting to renewed claims that Jake Paul's fights are fixed. Davis openly questioned Paul's legitimacy as a professional boxer, suggesting that Jake lacks real fighting ability. He mocked Paul as a hype-driven figure who relies on carefully selected opponents rather than true boxing skill. According to Davis, what Paul brings to the ring is more spectacle than substance, reflecting a growing divide between elite champions and social media-powered fighters.
For something like this, obviously smaller guy, how was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm going to beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you.
Jake Paul quickly shut down the accusations, calling the idea of scripted fights dumb and unrealistic. He emphasized that fight fixing is illegal and insisted that no respected professional would ever agree to throw a match. Paul argued that these rumors are fueled by hate and misunderstanding, not evidence. He said he often tries to understand why critics cling to conspiracy theories, stressing that there is no factual basis in his career to support such claims.
Though.
I'm an MMA guy, though.
But anyone who believes that narrative, it's like, come on. It's a federal crime. It's illegal. And you think Anderson Silva's going to lose. You think Woodley's going to take a fall. You guys, you know these guys.
Yeah, no, I didn't think Anderson would take a fall, but
you think,
why are you passing my
but people think the Mike Tyson fight's rigged. You think Mike Tyson's going to...
No, I don't think Mike Tyson would ruin his... Why are you pulling out glizzies?
Don't ever disrespect him talking about fake fights.
You want one of these glizzies?
No, but I'm genuinely interested in the people. I try to understand,
No, everybody's saying Mike Tyson pulled his punches.
I try to understand dumb people because I can't relate. I really genuinely spend parts of my day, trying to, see people online and, think, how could someone be so dumb? And I still don't get it.
No, I think people... wanted to believe that. That's what the difference
but it's just
is.
The conversation around a potential Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul fight continues to exist in a gray area between entertainment and legitimacy. During a press setting, Davis suggested that restrictions and controlled conditions are the real difference between performance and reality. He implied that if a fight were allowed to unfold freely, without limits, scripts, or protections, the result would be obvious. The contrast between a career built on sanctioned competition and one shaped by managed opportunity was impossible to ignore.
What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you.
Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis were once set to fight, but the matchup was ultimately canceled, fueling ongoing tension. Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. weighed in, saying Jake was already aware of Davis's past legal issues, but still chose to move forward. Jones pointed out that once a new lawsuit emerged, Paul suddenly backed out, acting surprised, even though the concerns had existed long before. The cancellation only intensified speculation and rivalry.
When he first signed the fight. This ain't the first time he had battled against a woman. You knew what it was when you first signed the fight. So don't get mad and cuss him out and talk bad about him now. You knew what it was when you signed up for it. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. I don't talk bad about him either, but don't do the dude like that. No, the dude having a hard time in his life right now. Don't just do him like that. You know what I mean? Because you knew exactly what he was when you signed him to fight the first.
Former world champion Tim Bradley offered one of the harshest critiques, labeling Jake Paul as fake and arguing that his fights lack real competitive legitimacy. Bradley said Paul's resume doesn't reflect genuine professional-level challenges. In his view, Paul's career is built on promotion and spectacle rather than elite competition, which is why boxing purists remain skeptical about his place in the sport.
I can't knock your hustle when you've built something outside of boxing and you say, hey, yo, I'm coming over here to the sport now and I'm going to pick and choose who I fight. Y'all come follow me. If they follow him, man, I just understand what it is. I know what I'm looking at. You're not going to fool me over here. Save that stuff for them other people because I'm not going to believe that I'm the face of... No, you're not the face of boxing. I'm not giving you that because that's for a lifer.
But that's what he believes.
That's cool. I can't knock him for that. People believe a lot of things for a lot of different reasons. I'm just saying you can do all the rah-rah stuff. That's your business. But I just know what I'm looking at, right? But on the monetary side and it being an event, the truth is that when he does fight, it does bring attention around the sport. People debate, they argue, people want to see the fight. Is it legit? Is it him and Mike Tyson? No, it's an event.
Amid widespread rumors, Nikisa Badarian stepped in to address claims that Jake Paul's high-profile fight with Anthony Joshua was scripted. Badarian firmly denied any wrongdoing, insisting there was no manipulation or pre-planned outcome. He stated that both camps treated the bout as a legitimate athletic contest, dismissing conspiracy theories that had spread rapidly on social media.
The script, rigged, this, that, and the other. Do you think now, at the very least, that talk goes away? Broke his jaw, went in there against Anthony Joshua. At the very least, do you think that you guys can move on from that? Like, that won't follow you?
No, I don't. I actually, our lawyers are actively going after a number of people. One who claims to be a lawyer himself online. I don't remember the name or the handle, but it was something that had like 200,000 likes. And basically this post said there was an agreement for AJ not to knock out Jake, but AJ disregarded the agreement and decided to not get his payday, but knock out Jake Paul. So it's pretty astonishing what people say. Your dear friend Lou DiBella, saw him put up a bunch of ridiculous things and even said, Nikisa, go ahead and sue me. But this wasn't a real fight. He was pulling punches. He wasn't giving it his full effort.
And so for the people, again, just to clear this up, because I asked Eddie this question, I'll ask you the exact same question. Once and for all, was there any sort of arrangement as far as it should go this many rounds? Because that's the one that I've heard. Oh, Anthony agreed to 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Can you tell us in black and white if there were any talks of any kind between the network, the promotion, the fighter?
There has never once in Jake Paul's career been any talk of that sort, of anything to do with the fight being anything but a real fight that has exactly the same situation as any professional fight. And that's exactly the same thing here for the Anthony Joshua fight. It's just beyond mind-blowing that people would think that. Anthony Joshua was on record saying that if he didn't finish him in the first round, that would be disappointing, that it would be a failure. The narrative changed as we got closer to fight night and obviously post-fight, and I understand why, but they were pretty adamant it would take max 2 rounds.
The fight itself removed much of the speculation. Jake Paul suffered a devastating knockout at the hands of Anthony Joshua, reportedly breaking his jaw. Ariel Helwani noted that the outcome was entirely expected. According to him, Joshua is a world-class heavyweight with elite experience, and the results simply reflected that reality. The stoppage highlighted the massive gap between a seasoned champion and a developing boxer.
For him not to win this fight. And I really didn't know if it was going to last 30 seconds or 8 rounds. And every time he threw a punch, I like winced because he's a big man and he's an incredible boxer and he's still in his prime and he's got a very long reach and he's got a lot of power in that right hand and that left hook is terrifying as well. And so I thought it could end at any moment. And so because of that, I was captivated and enthralled because I literally thought that he could take Jake's head off at any moment. So a 30-second knockout wouldn't have been a great surprise to me. The fact that Jake went 6 rounds, I think he should view as a moral victory. Sounds like he's proud of himself. Do I think it was the greatest fight of all time? Of course not. Was I expecting the greatest fight of all time? Of course not. Honestly, up until the walkouts, I was like, I can't even believe that this is still happening. I can't believe that this is a real thing that's about to, unfold in front of our eyes. There was a lot of pressure, I think, on Anthony's shoulders for 2 reasons. He's coming off a knockout loss. I don't think that was discussed enough in the lead up to this fight. When you are coming off a knockout loss, you are a little bit tentative, gun shy. You remember it. And he had not fought since then. And it was 15 or so months ago. And so I think he was very worried about slipping on a banana peel, about, screwing up for boxing and screwing up for his legacy. And then I thought that he was like headhunting a little bit, and that's not really his style. And he was swinging and missing. And I thought that was getting to him a little bit. Do I think he was playing with his food? No, there were a couple times where he was going to the body, and I was like, why aren't you going to the head? The head is open.
Media analyst Luke Thomas took issue with the praise Jake Paul received after the loss. Thomas argued that simply sharing the ring with Anthony Joshua should not automatically earn admiration. He emphasized that Paul was outclassed and stopped, exposing the limits of his boxing development. According to Thomas, a more honest and critical evaluation of the fight is necessary. Former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen questioned the logic behind matching Jake Paul, who had just 11 professional bouts, against an Olympic medalist and elite heavyweight like Joshua. Sonnen pointed out that traditional boxing careers are built gradually, not through accelerated celebrity-driven matchmaking. He warned that such unconventional paths risk undermining competitive fairness and the sport's integrity.
Surviving kind of feeds into the story of him being perhaps a little bit better than we sometimes think, although I don't really co-sign on that. Let me make the point. The first point is, I think people are overreacting a little bit. A little bit. People were suggesting when I got on social media that this was like the biggest farce they'd ever seen in their life, and that this was, how could he fight like this, and this was a disaster, and Joshua should have got him out there earlier. There is probably some evidence to suggest that I don't think Joshua was carrying him in the sense of, hey, they coordinated this ahead of time. But was Joshua really stepping on the gas? No, I don't think he was really stepping on the gas. There were times I think he clearly pulled his punches, partly because Jake was squirmy and rotating on the outside. Also in part because I think, as I indicated on Friday, he's watching this guy with pretty bad footwork. He was literally tripping over himself, and he realized he just can't keep this up. So there was that. But people were acting like, how could this be? How could this have happened? Guys, on Friday's MK, and then before that, earlier in the week on Submission Radio, they asked me on Submission Radio, how do you think he's going to fight? And I'm like, he's going to run. And they're like, you don't think he's going to clinch? I'm like, okay, he'll clinch at times, but then the rest of the time, he's going to run. What other way was this going to go? What other way was this?
Not everyone was dismissive. Former UFC champion Daniel Cormier offered a more balanced perspective, praising Jake Paul's courage for taking the fight. Cormier acknowledged the massive risk Paul accepted by stepping into the ring with a much heavier and more experienced opponent. While joking about the payday, he still credited Paul for his willingness to test himself against one of boxing's biggest names.
Boxing match. It just wasn't. Jake Paul had a very healthy fear for his life while he was in there, and he was moving as such. He was staying away from him. He was running away. He was trying to get distance. Then he was trying to step in to win this athletic competition, and then he's trying to get out of the way so that he doesn't get hurt again. He was fighting. Then it turns to where he can't stay away anymore. So now he's got to go the other way. He's got to go forward. So now he's clinched him. Now he's dropping down to his knees. He's going below the waist. He's getting to double leg positions. He was fighting. These guys were fight. Jake was fighting for his survival, and you could so see it. You could see this animal who's been caged and is just trying to make it through, not even kill its prey, just make it through. And it was incredible. It was really incredible. So on the back end, some of the comments that I made or that I had heard were so confusing to me. It was a very good competition. I will tell you, it breaks my heart too that Anthony Joshua can't get him out of there in one round. Dave Portnoy had made a comment before the fight. He said, I like Jake. I wish well for Jake. Of course I'm taking Joshua. And then Portnoy made his point. And he said, because I believe in boxing. This isn't if I'm cheering for Jake or if I think that Joshua's more experienced or better. I believe in boxing. I believe boxing's real. If boxing is an actual sport, if it is an actual sweet science, then of course a guy that's done it 11 times cannot compete with the Olympic champion. Of course.
In the end, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua sparked intense debate across combat sports. From criticism of legitimacy and matchmaking to recognition of bravery and ambition, opinions remain sharply divided. What's clear is that this fight reignited larger questions about boxing's future, celebrity influence, and what it truly means to earn respect in a sport built on merit, not just attention.
What were your thoughts on that? I thought Jake Paul's a brave guy. Then I found out he made $100 million. I was thinking, well, anybody would fight for $100 million, but bro, he fought. I literally ran into Logan Paul in New York City, and I said to him, it was weird too because I was going into a studio to interview Kamaru Usman for one of my shows, and Logan Paul was at the coffee shop. He's like, DC. I was like, what's up, Logan? Because he does a tremendous job in WWE. Yeah, Logan Paul does.
I don't watch WWE, but I know that.
Dude, you're huge. He might literally be the best professional wrestler in the world.
Really?
He's such an athlete, bro.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. But I'm just stroking him right now. I swear to God, bro, it's unbelievable how good the kid is.
Okay.
From the moment he started doing it, he was really good.
He can cut a promo, huh? Like,
He got what kids say. Promo. He's got a promo, but he's also good in the ring.
Okay.
He's really athletic. I said to him, I go, what type of safeguards do you have in place to make sure he doesn't get his head knocked off against Anthony Joshua? He's going to fight Gervonta Davis, who weighed in at 137 2 fights ago. So now you're going to go fight Anthony Joshua, who weighs all of 250? He said, all right. He said, he's going to just fight him. I go, man, he's very bold. And then what happened was he ran a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everybody goes, even Eddie Hearn goes, he did better than Francis. And I'm like, well, Francis didn't move around much. Francis thought he could actually fight him because of what he did to Tyson Fury. Right? Couldn't. Tyson Fury might have overlooked him a little bit. And I think that's what happened. Like, he got caught with the right hand dropped. Anthony Joshua was like, I'm not taking any chances with this guy. So he fought him and he took him serious.